Hello everyone. Now we are going to learn about sexual reproduction. So sexual reproduction is a mode of reproduction in which two parents are required. There are two parents involved for this reproduction, one male and one female parent. And the reproductive cell of that each particular parent is called gamete. And due to the fusion of both gamete, male and female gamete, new offsprings comes in existence, and after the fusion of these gametes, zygote is produced and zygote develops into new offsprings by further so many cell divisions. Okay, now let us see the diagram of different parts of a flower. What are those parts? Main parts of flower are the outermost, this green part is called sepal, and this sepal basically it protects flower, it holds flower. All parts of flowers are held through the sepal, and sepal is actually outer protective covering a little bit part of flower that protects flower. Okay, then petal. Petal is the colorful part of a flower. There is not much role of sepal or petal in sexual reproduction. Basically, the role of petal is to attract insects for pollination because it is colorful and scented, so insects can easily attract it towards a flower. Okay, so this much role only plays by petal. Now next part is stamen, then pistil or carpel. So stamen and carpel, this stamen and carpel is the main reproductive part of a flower. Stamen is the male reproductive organ of a flower, and in stamen you can easily see there are two structures can be seen. The uppermost part is called anther, and anther is joined to a filament. Filament and anthers are joined together. Anther is having male gamete, those are called pollen grains, and by the fusion of male gamete and female gamete, new generations occur. Okay, so for that pollination is required. Pollination is transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma, that we'll discuss in next episodes. Now next part, next is pistil or carpel. This part is pistil or carpel. This is called female reproductive organ of a flower. There are three parts of a pistil. Uppermost part is called stigma, that receives pollen grain. Okay, then that stigma joins to a tube-like structure, that is called style, and style ends in a structure that is called ovary, a little bit thick structure, swollen kind of structure, that is called ovary. Ovary is having ovules, and inside the ovule female gamete, that is called egg, is found. So when pollination occurs, then male gamete get transferred from anther to stigma, and finally it reaches to ovary. Then inside ovule there are female gametes are found, and there is fusion takes place inside the ovary, inside ovule actually, and that fusion is called fertilization. Okay, fusion between male and female gamete is called fertilization. So in this way sexual reproduction takes place in a flower. So two parts of a flower, those are male and female parts, plays main role. This and this part plays main role in sexual reproduction in a flowering plant. Now let us discuss about flowers. So flowers are basically two types, unisexual and bisexual flowers. In some flowers there are only one reproductive part organ is found, and in some flowers there are both reproductive parts organs are found. So the flower which carries only one part are called unisexual, and the flower which carries both part are called bisexual flowers. papaya, watermelon and cucumber are having flowers which are unisexual, and rose, china rose, mustard are bisexual flowers. So these are flowers, and in some flowers there are one part and in another flower maybe two part. So for the sexual reproduction, two processes are required. First one is pollination, second one is fertilization. In unisexual flower, pollination takes place from one flower to another flower because it needs to be transferred from male to female. So one male flower pollen grain will transfer to another female flower. Okay, but in bisexual flower, in single plant, two organs are found. So in same flower only pollination can take place. Okay, in this way pollination takes place in flower. We'll discuss more about pollination in next episode and about fertilization as well. Now once more look at the structure of flower. So this is a structure of flower. The outer green part is called sepal, which holds petals. Petals are colorful flower or part of a flower which are attractive and scented as well to attract insects. And inside those main part of flower which are required for reproduction are located. Those are called stamen and carpel, and finally all these parts are based, both stamen and carpel. Basically ovary is located just above the thalamus. Thalamus holds ovary over it, and thalamus joins the branch of flower, the stem of flower, that is called pedicel. The part of branch that holds flower is called pedicel. Stalk, basically this is stalk of a flower. So in this way we can see the structure of a flower. Flowers are beautiful, attractive and so many colored. Now you look at the screen.